The last few days have seen significant international events. The US operation in Venezuela, threats towards Greenland, and an agreement to put British troops on the ground in Ukraine. So it is frankly astonishing that the Prime Minister is not making a full statement to Parliament today.
All right, welcome to British Insight. Keir Starmer stumbles on live TV as his own mess finally catches up. In plain English, MPs press him on troop talk for Ukraine, and he looks rattled, according to the clip. Ordinary Brits feel it in fuel, bills, and trust. Next, keep an ear on Kemi Badenoch demanding a common statement, then the money hit lands. The video says fuel duty rises, the 5p cut ends in September, plus 1p then, 2p in December, 2p by March 2027. He even tweeted £1.50 off bills, an ex-slapped a community note. With services stretched and immigration needing firm control, who pays when trust collapses?
Labour or Conservative has failed to make a statement to the House in person after committing to the deployment of British troops. His comments about making a statement in due course, quite frankly, are not good enough. It shows a fundamental lack of respect for all of us here and the people we represent.
Mr. Speaker, there will be a statement to the House at the earliest opportunity. There could hardly be an opportunity. They claim they want to know about this, and they're trying to shout me down. Mr. Speaker, in relation to the House, if there were a decision to deploy under the agreement that was signed yesterday, then I would put that matter to this House for a debate beforehand and for a vote on that deployment. That is consistent with recent practice, and I'll adhere to that.
Why is today not the earliest opportunity? The Prime Minister does not want everybody in this House to be able to ask him questions. So he leaves it just to Prime Minister's questions, half an hour.
Please. I've also requested that we do need an early statement. This House should always be informed first. So I don't like the chantering. Let the questions continue.
Well, one of them asked that he is here. He's got no choice but to be here for Prime Minister's questions. That's why he's here. If he could skip this, we know he would do.
Mr. Speaker, she says she wants to hear about Ukraine. She's got 6 questions. She's not even asking a second question about what we did yesterday. She's got the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, in relation...
Sorry, can I help the Prime Minister? You don't need to worry about the responsibility of the questions of the opposition. That's the...
Mr. Speaker, NATO is the single most important and effective military alliance the world has ever seen.
Fuel duty will rise for the first time in 15 years. That temporary 5p cut will be axed in September. So yet another bleeding lie by Starmer.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's said that he'll tackle the cost of living crisis. This is just another pain for ordinary working people. It'll go up 1 pence in September, then another 2 pence in December, and then another 2 pence in March 2027.
That's the heart of it. According to the clip, the demand is tell us now, and the answer is later, maybe, if it comes to it. That might sound procedural, but it lands like contempt. People see leaders who move quickly when it's about control, new rules, new restrictions, new bureaucracy, yet go slow when it's about answering to the public. And once the public thinks you're hiding, every promise becomes suspect, including on borders, policing, and fairness. Now let's bring it down to daily life, because this isn't just Westminster theatre. The same clip talks about fuel duty and cost of living, and that's where anger turns into something sharper. If you drive to work, if you're a tradesperson, if you're caring for family, if you live where buses are rubbish, fuel isn't optional. It's the difference between coping and going under. So listen to this and notice the specific numbers being thrown around, because if those figures are right, that's more pressure on households already stretched.
So the cut that the Conservatives made in 2022 because of a spike in prices in March 2022 will be lost. So you're going to pay more for your petrol. I mean, that's the reality of it. The idea that Starmer is he's making the cost of living crisis go away for people is an absolute nonsense. I mean, he said he's taken £150 off energy costs. I mean, it's total nonsense.
We did that on Tuesday. Did you see that? He sent out some tweets saying, you'll be better off and your energy bills will go down by 150%. And I'm not any good online, but there's something called a community note from X, which basically says you're lying. And they came straight out and went, well, no, actually, because the cap's now much higher and actually you're lying. And you just think I mean, you were an MP. Like every day, Si, I'm like, does this man have a shred of intelligence or does he have anybody around him who says it's everything you say and do is not being mocked because we've not got better things to do? Because frankly, I don't know about the rest of you, I'd like to hear your opinion. I would like to be proud of my country. I'd like a government that I feel is fighting for me and my country, whatever the colour of that government. This guy is inept and he's an embarrassment abroad. That's how I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's considered, rightly so, the worst Prime Minister that Britain's ever had. He's the most unpopular Prime Minister Britain has ever had.
Have you heard the news this morning? He's got a lower approval rating than Maduro had in Venezuela. That's not great.
He won't last until May. He won't go beyond May this year. He came out, after New Year celebrations, fighting, saying that he would be here for a long time. I mean, absolute nonsense. If he's not challenged in the next few months, I'll be very surprised. Labour MPs must be really worried about their survival with Starmer leading them. I mean, he's a total disaster. And people just don't believe him. They stop listening to him, which is a significant problem when you're the Prime Minister.
Absolutely. About cost of living and all of his lies. Steve, good morning.
All this nonsense with benefits, it makes you think sometimes.
Fuel duty will rise for the first time in 15 years. That temporary 5p cut will be axed in September. So yet another bleeding lie by Starr. Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's said that he'll tackle the cost of living crisis. This is just another pain for ordinary working people. It'll go up 1 pence in September, then another 2 pence in December, and then another 2 pence in March 2027. If you're told we'll ease the cost of living and, according to the clip, fuel duty rises in steps, people don't hear economics, they hear betrayal. Prices ripple out. Deliveries cost more. Local businesses pass it on. Families pay twice, once at the pump and again at the till. And if leaders won't answer plainly in Parliament, why would anyone trust the next reassurance about NHS funding, housing supply, or strong borders? Britain doesn't need perfect people in charge, but it does need straight talk, proper scrutiny, and policies that match the country's capacity. That's the line ordinary Britons are holding, and that's what we're going to keep saying on British Insight.